Hey guys, Bushcraft412 here. Since we welcomed our little bundle of joy into the world about 2 weeks ago, I wanted to do a video about prepping for newborns. And not going to be for everyone, this video, of course, because some people out there's children are grown. Other people just don't have children. But I think there's some stuff in here for every prepper. So, hang in there, give this a listen, and we can actually talk about some of these items and how useful they are for just general preps. So let's get to this. Number one, some of us have kids, some don't. This is the first time for me, so I've been learning this all on the fly as we go along. Now, newborns pretty much do three things: eat, sleep, and poop. And if you can handle those three needs, you can generally take care of a newborn. As long as you can keep them warm and healthy, you're going to be successful. As they get older, of course, their needs get greater, but initially it's very simple. And just want to show you a few things you can have in the house. Now, say, for example, you are, like a single guy without any kids, or married without kids, or whatever. Prepping some of these items may not be a bad idea. Number one, some of these items you may be able to trade. Because I tell you what, in a shit hits the fan scenario, if you have formula, you could trade that formula to about anything. Because parents will trade their life for formula for their kids. So, great trading item to have formula. Plus, not only that, but maybe you have friends, family, someone else who may need it. It never hurts to, have this kind of thing around. Hygiene. Things like wipes and alcohol gel and all that. Very useful prep items anyway, even if you are not a parent. Great to have, multiple uses. Fire starter, hygiene, you name it. You can even distill this stuff in alcohol and drink it. Lots of cool things. Another thing, for example, Vaseline, multiple use. Number one, you can use it as an adult for your own medical care, but very important for a kid. But you can also use it as a, excuse me if I'm a little coffee and sniffly. We got to keep the house a little warmer than I'm used to, and it's really got me stuffed up because of it. Vaseline you can use as fire starters. You can mix it in with dryer lint or cotton balls, which are another good prep for a baby, and make fire starters out of them. Good multi-use item. Baby lotion. Shit hits the fan, hygiene's poor. Having baby lotion will go a long ways as for just keeping your skin in good shape, preventing infections and things like that. Oh my god, probably the most important thing for a baby is this right here. Not only are you going to be clearing little boogies from their noses, but this is also something if they choke or spit up or something like that. This is a must-have, and they're really cheap. Buy a bunch of them. Balmex. Babies get diaper rash very easy. You should have a ton of this stuff. You can use it for yourself, as an adult. If you get chafed, from poor hygiene or whatever, having something like that around, great prep. And you can buy a bunch of it. It's wicked cheap. Gas drops. Very good idea for a newborn, especially, if you are considering, shit hits the fan, because you may not be able to get the best formula, you may not be able to get the best baby food. For a newborn, you may be limited. Having those gas drops may help, especially if you have a really fussy kid or a kid with allergies and you're limited in what you can get. So those things are generally, with the exception of one or two things, are useful for adults as well. So in prepping for your newborn, you're also prepping for yourself. The big thing to talk about as for newborns is formula. What we have here, and this is for new people who are new to this, is liquid formula with the liquid already mixed. Very awesome. The only downfall is it's very expensive. You're talking like $7 for a one-day supply versus the powder, which is about a week's supply for $20. So, do the math. Of course, powder is way cheaper, but you also need to be able to supply water with the powder. And clean water may be a very good commodity in shit hits the fan scenario. So in my preps, I actually have, I think, 4 or 5 of these. So that's a month worth of powdered formula. And I have about a week's worth of the liquid kind. Now, babies are only going to be on formula for, 6 to 8 months, so you don't need to go crazy. But I definitely want to have, a good 3 or 4 month supply of formula in order to take care of this baby should anything happen, in these next 6 months of his life. And I'm hoping to make this into a series of videos about prepping for children as my kid gets older, and grows. I'm going to do a couple different videos along the way. So I hope some of this is kind of useful to you, but I just wanted to point out that if you are a prepper, and even if you don't have kids, some of this stuff can be very useful. And in fact, even the formula, like I said, formula can be a great thing to trade, and you can buy formula at the dollar store. It's really junky, and I wouldn't recommend, feeding it to your kids, because a lot of kids have sensitivity issues to that cheap stuff. But you go pick up a couple of them at the dollar store, that is gold. If shit hits the fan, and I know with my kid, I would trade anything for formula to keep my kid alive. So it's a great thing, and I'm sure there's other things you can use it for. I'm sure humans can consume it and get some nutrition from humans. Wow, a little sleep deprived. I'm sure adults can get nutrition from it if push comes to shove. I'm sure you can feed animals. There's a lot of things you can do with this to help your prep. So not a horrible waste of money if you do pick up a couple packages of formula to add to your preps. Even if you are, not having kids, not capable or whatever, who knows, your neighbor, your family, shit hits the fan. Contraceptives are going to be rare and hard to come by. You may accidentally end up with a baby, whether it's 6 months, a year, 10 years, who knows. That's why we prepare. Shit hits the fan. We don't know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, or how long it's going to happen for. It's always good to be on top of things and think about these little things like this. And nothing here is, minus the formula, nothing here is expensive. You can buy those big tubs of Vaseline for, what is it, like $6-8? You can buy the big, huge things of alcohol gel for, dollars. You can stock up on them, you can stock ridiculous amounts of them. And like I said, you can trade them, you can sell them, you can do a lot with them. And plus, they're just good multiple use items. So, hope you guys enjoyed. First video, hopefully more to come down the line. And that's it.